How's it going, guys? Welcome, I am Matthias, and welcome to Let's Read Your Comments.
Second time in a row with my iPad!
Alright, your iPad's so slippery. I'm not used to these. I've had my Android phone for like a week, and I'm used to having that really rough background. This just slipped out of my hand. The video that I am reading from is Do-It-Yourself Project with Amanda, and the question is, what is a quote that you like to live by, or what's one of your favorite quotes? And a lot of these were really awesome, so I'm gonna go through and read some of the highlighted quotes. Alright, so this one is by Lauren Wilk. If we wait until we're ready, we'll be waiting for the rest of our lives. Lemony Snicket. This quote is my favorite because it reminds me to take a step out of my comfort zone. I don't want to wait around for forever for something because I'm not ready yet. It's my phone wallpaper. And then Maddie Coulter says, I love that one too. I made a post for my sister with that saying on it, but it's a good reminder for me too. And that is a good reminder because one of the most important things in life that Amanda and I try to live by is taking risk and knowing the difference between when to take risk and when not to take risk. And because you don't always want to go out of your comfort zone because sometimes it's not smart to, but just know the difference between when you're not doing an action because it's motivated by fear versus motivated by not being a good idea. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Alright, so this one is by Gene B. Psst, you forgot the link to the video you said in the description. Oh, whoops. I meant to put a link to Alex's video.
Oh, I was like...
But everyone knows where to subscribe to Jewel Thief, or you could just search Jewel Thief so you can go find his video. Or else I'm totally missing it. My favorite saying is, everything will be okay in the end, but if it's not okay, it's not the end. Or, what's meant for you won't pass you by. Not bad. Amelia David said, being crazy isn't enough, by Dr. Seuss. Be the type of person that you want to meet. They're kind of contradictory towards each other, but I love them anyways. I don't know. I mean, being crazy isn't enough. That quote to me means more of like, don't be afraid to be yourself. And I think both of the quotes kind of mean the same thing. They're just like a different perspective. Paul Fowler says, my favorite saying is, beware the yellow snow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one to live by, let me tell you. Miko Sakin says, my favorite saying is, a man doesn't die from fatal wounds. He dies when he is forgotten. I got that from an epic anime called One Piece. Not bad, not bad. Corino Kobo says, my favorite thing is, don't worry, be happy. It really helps me when, well, I'm not happy. And let's just do one more, okay? Lizzie Blahnik says, I love the Muppets, so my favorite saying is, someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. I'm not sure at all what that means. I probably have to get a little context into the Muppets, but good quote nonetheless. Alright, now here's Amanda's turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna be reading comments from the video When Everything Fails, day 136. Now, Matthias didn't ask a question of the day for this, but you guys...
Neither did you!
Yeah, well, I had no idea that you were, doing whatever.
Filming?
Yeah, filming. That's what I meant by this. But you guys left some really nice comments, either about when things of yours that failed, or left some really nice words. So I'm just gonna read them. So this one is from Drew Iglesia, which this is pretty sad, but it's pretty funny at the same time. I went to Lake Tulloch, a nice camping site. I rented a nice boat and went out with my friends on the lake. We saw a rope swing on a tall tree and we thought we should try it. Everyone did a smooth swing into the lake until my turn. I decided to go on it on the other side of the tree, and the rocks were much taller and bigger. And I hit my feet on them really hard and let go of the rope midway. I luckily swung hard enough to get thrown into the lake, but I did a hard belly flop into the lake that sounded like a standing ovation, yet everyone clapped at the same time. That sucks. I hope next time you just follow what everyone else does because it's working. But yeah, that really sucks when things don't work out. It sounded like a lot of fun. I've never done like a tree swing into a lake. Have you?
Yeah.
Have you? Really? Where?
I don't remember where, but I remember doing it. It was when I was super young.
That sounds like fun. I know that when we had a pool at my parents' house in our first house, my dad made a zip line over the pool. So we'd start because we had a pretty big backyard, so we'd start at the very front of the backyard, and then we'd zip line all the way into the middle of the pool where he put a knot in the middle of the rope, and then we just fall into the pool.
Oh yeah, so you stop.
It was really fun, yeah. Alright, this one is from Janika. I once lost an entire chapter of my thesis. I somehow managed to delete or save over the file a couple days before the deadline. Luckily, I had just finished it remarks and vocab corrections, and managed to rewrite about half of it. Never been so stunned in my life. Now I'm twice as paranoid, so I have multiple copies in multiple devices. Not today, computer goblins.
Yeah.
Not today. I thought that was so funny, the computer goblins part. I'm gonna start saying that from now on. Not today, computer goblins. But that sucks. Your thesis? That is a pretty big project you've probably been working on forever, and I've done that sometimes. Saved over things, not really paying attention, just kind of like doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you know what? When I wrote essays and stuff like that back in the day, they didn't have. Well, I mean, Dropbox had just come out, so it wasn't like really secure, and like internet speeds weren't that great. So like backing up your data wasn't something that really existed. You know what I mean? So like for instance, we wouldn't really be able to back up our data because like external hard drives were like super expensive. You know, we have one computer for the entire family. Internet's slow, so you don't really think. I mean, document file sizes are super small, so I mean like no excuse. But still, it wasn't something that was like back it up. You know what I mean? That's not like something that people did.
This one is by Carson Simon, and I thought this one was funny, and it's got some positivity for you, Matthias. I usually say cool beans regularly, but you deserve the coolest of beans today. I thought that was cute.
That's funny.
And this one was from Daredevil. Things happen, sometimes they enable us to do great things. Which, if something bad happens, I agree. Sometimes you get the chance to redo it if you weren't happy, but other times you're strapped for time and you can't really do anything about that.
I get that. That makes sense. And sometimes that does happen. Like for me, that's a very good point you're making, because like for instance, I would have never been on YouTube or doing this stuff if I didn't get like laid off from my job, which was, you know, technically like the worst thing that can happen and the scariest thing, you know, in my life at that point, getting laid off, but turned out to be honestly the best thing that has ever happened to me. So it's like, you got a point, blessing in disguise.
And this one is from Gwyneth S. And you need to listen to what she says.
What does that mean?
I'm sorry to hear about that. Hopefully today will go better, and remember to always take time to relax. Love you, man, and have a fabulous day. Always take time to relax. Listen to her.
Whatever.
He doesn't like to relax very much. It's been really hard the last couple of weeks to take time to relax, because I feel like things haven't been going very well. We're always fixing things that are breaking, and it's just really nice to hear you guys' comments the last couple of days, how positive they've been, uplifting and everything, and they're really nice to read. So thank you guys for watching our videos. So instead of a question of the day, we're going to be doing an action of the day, and I think the action of the day is to do something for yourself. Make yourself happy, do something fun for yourself, you know, just take time to
treat yourself.
Take time to treat yourself. Plus it's Friday, so go out and have fun. We're gonna go see Cinderella tonight because it comes out today. I'm so excited.
All right, yeah, but remember, whatever you're gonna do, put it down in the comments below because we'd like to read it. All right, guys, high five. And welcome. How's it going, guys? I am Matthias, and this is my lovely wife,
Amanda Faye.
Amanda Faye is going to open up
Try the World box. All right, we got the Marrakesh box, and it's like Moroccan food. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in Florida, I really liked the Moroccan section of